Check, check, 1, 2. Check. Hello. How do you do? Check 1, 2. I'll take the check 1, 2.
Yeah. I should turn this thing off because it always shows up. It's crazy with these. Your arguments downstairs. Across the tracks. It's time to go. Time to go. Across the tracks. Across the tracks. It's time to go. We're going across the tracks. Across the tracks, we are with Jupiter Marvelous, Antonio Marcello.
How you
Are we
doing?
calling you Jupiter or Antonio?
Jupiter's just a band name. Yeah, I'm Anthony.
Anthony Marcello, you have put out your first full-length album, 13 tracks,
Yeah.
and because you've had an EP out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about how does that all feel to have a full album?
Honestly, it feels weird. I've been working on these songs since probably 2019. It's a whirlwind because it goes from being just an idea that you had to, maybe 5 years later, you actually have something. I probably wrote 20 or 30 songs for it, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw an interview with you on YouTube or somewhere that you have hundreds of songs. You've been writing forever.
Yeah,
and
write all the time.
you're one of those guys.
Yeah, none of them are good, but I write a lot. Yeah.
Well, there probably are, but at the same time, you get better as you do it, and so we're going to go over all of these. So not in order, and we're going to talk about the art of pop songwriting and a bunch of other things as we go along. The name of the album is Isn't This Supposed to Be Fun?
Yes.
I love it. So let's try to have some here. But we come out of the gate here with a little bit of a very interesting track. And I say that because I've used that piece.
Yeah. Oh, really?
On the Great Lakes Odyssey, our NPR show.
Yes, okay.
I've used that piece. So when I heard that, I thought, wow. And it's about the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear the voice of past President JFK.
My man.
And you've put a little bit of guitar under there.
There's tons of weird stuff going on there, yeah. That was kind of just an intermission track that I didn't think even would really have anything to do with the album. It was just something I was working on with some sequencers and some guitar parts.
But you start the album out with it too, so what's the point of that?
Honestly, there's no point. It's all supposed to be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I really, I tried to spread out a little more. Weather Vane, the EP that I did previously, was kind of a little more surf music oriented. I just wanted to spread out, try as many different things as I could, write a million songs and keep 15 and 13.
When you have the president and he's playing underneath us right now, the United States, you can't be lost on you that you've entered the world of politics with this.
Oh yes, yeah, I got a little bit of a political bent in a couple of the songs that we played.
This new international bridge is more than just a new and better means of crossing a river. It is another link in the strong bonds of friendship that tie our two countries together. The cost was shared by Canada and the United States. Congratulations to the people of our two countries upon the successful completion of this important international project, this important effort by our two great countries.
Okay, where are we going to go from here then? We're going to go to this song here. Yeah. And a lot of comedy in the record too. I find it's pretty cool. We'll get to all that. Dear God, this parachute is a knapsack.
Yes.
And I want to know a little bit about your metal history. Number one, because there's death metal on here.
Yeah.
And then to write, because we're going to talk about pop songs, to write a death metal pop song.
Right in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to come out of the gate with that whole, it's in the middle of the record, but
yeah,
I thought like, wow, that's pretty crafty.
Yeah, so that song, actually, JQ had started that song. We co-wrote that song together. He came to me with an idea, and we worked on it, workshopped it a lot. And I didn't think it would make the album, to be honest, but it was one of my favorite songs. Tons of my favorite bands include a lot of like screamo, a lot of metal. Big fan of bands like The Fall of Troy and stuff like that. It's a little weird, but Yeah, I'm just a huge pop head that likes metal on the side, and
Yeah.
I've played in a couple hard rock bands in the past too, so it was kind of just a nice little bridge into this stuff.
Well, I hear back in the day, that the Mozarts in the box were the metal heads of the day, so it makes sense to me because of the amazing guitar work on those records, for one thing, and then it's somewhat classical music in a sense.
Yeah, in a way, I could see that, yeah.
Dear God, this parachute is a knapsack.
These things take time. I wanna make it right. Same place, same time tomorrow night. You watch me try. You've seen inside, but do you like what I keep underneath? Ooh, I'm home, I get anxious. Myself, I can't change this. I'm home, I get anxious. I don't want your company.
Okay, and just to showcase your spectrum, because the whole album has got different styles on it, which is really cool. It's brilliant that way. And so I just want to go into something of a ballad. And you're a young guy, not super young, but young enough. And growing up is getting old is the name of the song. What's the rush? What I want to ask you is, and given how we started this with the bridge song and the politics, is it seem like a lot of work these days to try and have fun?
It does, yeah. I mean, when you're working a full-time job, trying to perform and create art on the side, it can seem quite draining to have to split your brain. And I remember coming up with that lyric. I was on a 12-hour shift at my job. I work at the plant here. And I just remember being about halfway through the shift thinking, like, man, this growing up thing, it's really getting old. And somehow it just kind of weaved its way into, that's a great song lyric. And then, talked to my dad, who was also a musician, and he helped me work on some of the lyrics, and we came up with something I thought was great. Probably, in retrospect, my least favorite song on the album. I'm really not a fan of ballads in general. And we used to have a rule in the band, no acoustic guitars, but
Yeah.
I'm warming up to it a little more.
Well, that's part of getting older.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're getting ready, and there's a later song on we're going to get to it too that reminds me of old stuff. I'm glad you brought your dad up. How often do you bounce off your music ideas to him?
Tons, actually. He's a huge inspiration to me, and he's also a great songwriter in his own right, great
Absolutely.
musician. So yeah, we bounce ideas off each other all the time. I just sent him something the other day.
I've been trying to get him on this show too, but you know he's busy.
Busiest guy I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Never thought that it would hurt me just to have to pay some bills. Now I mostly worry instead of feeling thrills. If it's any indication of how it feels to be older every single day, I feel it every week. And growing up is getting old. What's the rush? Take it slow. Don't let this one life pass you by. 'Cause growing up is getting old. I know that time has moved the mountains like a river moves a stone. We were so reliable, like the wind that blows the smoke. I may have took for granted the way it used to feel when we both were young and free from life's turning wheels. 'Cause growing up is getting old. What's the rush? Take it slow. Don't let this one life pass you by. 'Cause growing up is getting old. Growing I hear your voice as if you'd called me in these memories of mine. It's the only thing you can't replace, even if you try. All these moments will last forever, branded in my mind. We could be together forever after all. Growing up is getting old. What's the rush? Take it slow. Don't let this one life pass you by. 'Cause growing up is getting old. Growing up is getting old. What's the rush? Take it slow. Let this one life pass you by. Growing up is getting old.
Yeah, I am something of a capitalist myself, which is another fun title. Comedy. Give me your take on comedy in songwriting.
Well, I mean, it goes hand in hand with the name of the album, really. I wanted to do something fun. I feel like so much of music today is either really over-sexualized or it's really, really serious. And, I mean, there's obviously a spectrum where stuff falls in between there, but I don't know. I don't really have any I don't see any purpose in writing another love song that's super serious. I don't see the purpose in that personally. I know there's people that do.
Yeah, of course, it sells a ton of records, and perhaps they're chasing that. I don't know. It's still hard to do, but the great thing about comedy, you can express your opinion on touchy subjects without having to get your feet burned.
A little bit, yeah. And I don't mind a little bit of a sunburn every now and again. Yeah.
Wake up with a burning hole in my pocket. Grind up, get the money just to drop it. I've got a fickle friend living in my wallet. 3/4 and $1 just won't cut it. No, nothing left to do but go watch that money. Why would I pay a therapist when I could just go spend it? I never said I cared. Just a millionaire with no money. I spend it when I can. Just a millionaire with no money. Go to school just to get no prospects. You get a trade just to wake up broken. You spend money you just don't have. Fake a life, impress your friends. As long as you act the part, they like me. They really, really like me, I think. I don't actually know. Nothing left to do but go out and spend money. Why would I pay for a therapist when I can just go spend it?
Getting ideas, you know, like when a guy goes to the refrigerator and he's thirsty and everything he sees in there, your idea, is it made up before you open the fridge door, or do you look in there and grab a pop, or I'm going to juice box here? So your ideas for pop songs, you're working late shifts, so there's one idea. So are they coming from everywhere?
Yeah, I'm definitely a feast or famine type of songwriter where I'll write like 11 songs in a week, and then I won't write a song for 6 months. So for me, Juicebox, that was actually a song that I started writing in 2019. It's been in probably 10 or 15 different forms, recorded a million times. There's actually a clip on my Instagram, like my personal Instagram, of me playing a solo for that song that made it into the record 5 years ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that one was a weird one, but I kind of just grab ideas from wherever I can. They fly at me, and I take them when they're there.
The other thing on there is there's a little bit of tech magic going on there. So your production, you're fooling around with production, and as you're talking 5 years of that song, you must have been fooling around for 5 years at the board.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So I don't go to studios really. I've tried and met with a couple, but for me, I like the creative control, and I like recording stuff alone. Even the band members, they play like a couple of songs they play on, but I pretty much recorded it all alone and produced it all alone and then sent it away to get mixed and mastered.
You're telling me this album here, you've played all the instruments?
Almost all of them, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a couple features, like JQ sings on some songs. I've got Michaela Martinen singing on Losing Battles. And then our guitarist Shane, he played on the song Cruel. There's a whole ton of stuff happening, but most of the beds, all the demos, I did.
So sick of thinking all the time, when did it get like this? I can be blind, stuck in the past and overconfident. Lately I'm an asshole, or maybe I'm just like you. I thought of changing, but I never thought that I would see it through. You think you're hot shit 'cause you're 20-something and you spent your last few bucks on a baggy engine. And when you find out that the world don't revolve around you, you'll grow up and give up your juice box. Give up your juice box. Attention, how come all of the attention's off me? The spotlight moves away and everybody else seems so relieved. The focus, I need to have the focus on me. I'm pretty good with my impressions, can you guess him? It's me. You think you're hot shit 'cause you're 20-something and you spent your last few bucks on a baggy engine. And when you find out that the world don't revolve around you, you'll grow up and give up your juice box. Give up your juice box. Give up your juice box. Cause you're 20-something and you spent your last few bucks on a baggy engine. And when you find out that the world don't revolve around you, you'll grow up and give up the juice box.
Cherry Girl, a classic pop song. I mean, you heard that for forever and ever, that kind of candy song.
Yeah.
Easy to write?
No, hard to write. I found this song, I mean, it started as an exercise. I wanted to see how many different ways I could mention stone fruit. And we had just come back from a trip from Traverse City. So weirdly enough, yeah, it all just kind of fell together. Plus my wife's a redhead, so it it coalesced into something that I could draw from personal experience, but also write a song that might, I don't know, tickle a couple other people's itches.
And a little bit of a punk vibe to it.
Yeah, in a way, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're listening to everything growing up, and again, coming from a musical family, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
liking it all is another matter. Hearing it's one thing, but actually, and then showing up in your music, the influences.
Yeah, our drummer Ben said something hilarious the other day. He was talking about someone had asked him what his favorite kind of music was, and he just said yes. I think that applies to almost every guy in the band.
I like that.
You're so wild, and yet you're so sweet. I can't believe I get to pick from your tree. I'm lost without your taste. I'm all about your flavor, and I wouldn't mind if you stained my lips just one more time. Suffers from ingenue, she makes the boys drool, and everything she does is just part of that attitude. I love to call her baby, I watch her skin turn ruby. Yeah, you know you're my one and only stone fruit baby girl. 'Cause you're my cherry girl, so delicious. She's sweeter than anybody else on any given day. Maraschino in Mosquito, she's delectable, and everybody that she meets becomes obsessed with her. My cherry girl, my cherry girl. Such a sweet treat, what a lovely thing. Is it a crime to pick you up and I sweep you off your feet? You know you're my type, you look good in sunlight. My cherry girl, can't wait to see you tonight. 'Cause you're my cherry girl, you're so delicious. She's sweeter than anybody else on any given day. Maraschino in Mosquito, she's delectable, and everybody that knows me knows I'm obsessed with her. Cherry girl, woo, my cherry girl. Maraschino in Mosquito, she's delectable, and everybody that she meets becomes obsessed with her. Cherry girl, woo, my cherry girl. She's a stone fruit cherry girl, peaches unbelievable, mango lip gloss on my tongue. She's a stone fruit cherry girl, peaches unbelievable, mango lip gloss on my tongue. 'Cause you're my cherry girl, so delicious, sweeter than anybody else on any given day. Maraschino in Mosquito, she's delectable, and everybody that knows me knows I'm obsessed with her. Cherry girl, my cherry girl, oh, cherry
You talked earlier about, I didn't catch her name, who does the vocal on Losing Battles.
Michaela Mertinen, yeah.
Yeah, so where's she from? Give me some backstory on her.
She's local to the Sioux. Actually, she's our guitar player, Shane. That's his longtime girlfriend. They've been together almost as long as me and my wife.
Beautiful voice.
She's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, and she's on other recordings?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's in the band Zeno, too, in town locally. They're really good. Keegan Rosso and Blair St. John.
Ah. One of the things I liked about Isn't This Supposed to Be Fun is it's like an old-fashioned album where you have, comes out bang, 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 and then suddenly before this song, I'm going to play two songs in a row here. We'll talk about them. And then you have that pause that you always used to get in vinyl, and then the song would come on. And so it's a great setup after coming out in such a rush into Losing Battles. So just... Is that next level songwriting when you start figuring out
Weirdly enough, for me, it's more arranging than anything. So when I had about 15 songs I was trying to work into this album, and when I had to track list it, I kind of just picked a couple keys that were similar and tried to work those songs after each other. So you'll notice something like Cherry Girl into Juicebox is C to A minor, the two keys that those songs happen in. It's not by coincidence. I really did try to plan it out pretty well. I'm a huge Beatles fan, and I love that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. And on this record, Losing Battles too, the harmonies are staggering. And really the sound of this single,
Yeah.
I mean, all of it, but this single to me was like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Your production and perhaps the harmonies and the whole thing.
got to give credit to Michaela. She came up with most of those harmonies. Yeah, she's a great vocalist, great arranger.
I was sitting on the doorstep, thinking about how you left, thinking about your new name. Why'd you have to change? I watched a million stars fly by in a matter of 5 minutes. Can't believe you missed it. You'd never admit it. After all these conversations, after all is said and done, after all the aggravation, you might have been the bad guy all along. Every single thought repeats, time in bed ain't spent sleep. Wonder if you ever cared for me. How embarrassing. So I waited and waited for something to change, but all that changed was you. I guess fuck me too. After all these conversations, after all is said and done, after all the aggravation, you might have been the bad guy all along. After all these conversations, after all is said and done, after all the aggravation, you might have been the bad guy all along. You might have been the bad guy all along. Been the bad guy all along. You might have been the bad guy all along.
We go right into the next pieces, and again, you shift gears.
Yeah.
And you got that, I like to call it like a chocolate cake bass going on there, man.
Yeah, super slippery. Jacob came up with that bass line as well, so I can't take credit for everything. I'll back off the I recorded everything part.
So that's him playing on there.
He came up with the part. I recorded it, but he showed it to me, and I was like, that's the bass line. I'm stealing that.
Well, to give JQ a little more, some props too, I remember when we had him on here quite a while ago, one of the first podcasts we did on Across the Tracks, and he brought you in, and he had asked for one guitar solo, and you brought three, and he incorporated all three into that song.
Something that we share is being quite extra about the things that we do. We like to go a little bit farther than you have to. That's why I think we're good friends.
And then, of course, this one's called Pieces. And again, the song ends and sets up the next song. You're not writing with the next song in mind when you write a song. Again, that's back to your arranging.
Yeah. I'm writing the songs separately. They all get written on acoustics, but then eventually when it comes time to track list it, I do produce in the next transition.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. That's the fun part of the whole
It is.
thing.
It's supposed to be fun.
Last time we spoke is in my brain. I'm haunted by this pain. I'm coming home tonight. I've been waiting, and you've been waiting too. What's there left to prove? Nothing left to fight for.
Yeah, and explain to me, as a non-musician, the process of creating a guitar solo.
Oh, yeah, there's a million ways to create a good guitar solo. I don't know if I've cracked the code yet, but for me, I like to go. I just like to rip. So once the song's fully done, I'll kind of just take a look at it and think about what it needs. I like to incorporate guitar solos. Maybe that's an unpopular thing these days, but being a guitar player since I was 10, I like to just throw them in. For me, yeah, creating the perfect guitar solo just takes 3 takes. That's all it takes, you know? I don't want to say takes a million times, but all it takes is a couple tries. And if you can't get it right, take a break.
Pure instinct then.
Yeah, I like to just go for it, and then if it doesn't work out, you know, take a break, have some lunch, and come back to it. 3 takes. Almost everything was recorded in 3 takes.
Your record again has fun parts that bring it together. You have another sound clip intro to Georgie.
Yes.
And we're getting old here. We're in the 60s here. It's a doo-woppy kind of song.
Yes. And Hard Day's Night is where that clip is from, the Beatles movie. One of my favorite movies of all time.
So you just got JFK, you got the Beatles on there for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's a love song in a way to George Harrison, really. I mean, and the underdog. It's kind of what that song's about.
Well, give me a little bit more on there. I mean, George Harrison, I guess, would be the underdog of the four.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal talent in his own right, but compared to those other two, we won't name. Yeah, he was kind of the underdog. And I think, I mean, a lot of times those guys called him Georgie, right? Like, he was like the little brother of the band. And I felt like that my whole life. I've got 2 older sisters. A lot of my friends are older. Been playing with older people since I was a kid. So to me, I mean, I've always kind of had that match with George Harrison where he's like my favorite Beatle, the underdog, the guy who writes the best songs, but they don't get the first placement.
Yeah, and that 60s vibe is on this song. A lot of Beach Boys kind of thing going on there, which can't go wrong with that.
Nope, can't go wrong. Those harmonies were hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a great singer by any means.
You think you're not, right?
Well, nobody thinks they're a great singer until they get put on wax.
Well, when you hear this, I hear radio and film in that clip and the whole thing, and we're trying to have fun with this record, but it's still arts, and arts still define the culture at the end of the day, as much as, the powers that be don't seem to agree to that. When they do their, what do you call that time thing that they bury in the ground?
Yeah, time capsule.
Time capsule, and then what's in there? It's all art pieces.
Yeah.
They define the time, and so you're going from the 60s to the 2020s here with that song, but you've modernized that, and you're trying to bring that back. Do you hear a lot of that in music that you listen to?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I'm not an avid music listener, weirdly enough. I pretty much only listen to pop music and, a little bit of rock and metal, stuff like that. But I honestly couldn't tell you what's new. For me, I just draw on whatever influences I've gathered in the past, whether that's, Italian folk music or all the way to The Fall of Troy, which is a super heavy screamo band. I didn't want the record to be a time capsule necessarily or a nostalgia throwback kind of thing, but I really do love the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, so I tried to incorporate a little bit in where I could,
Now, you'll like these. They're fab and all the other pimply hyperbole.
I wouldn't be seen dead in them. The dead grotty. Grotty? Yeah, grotesque.
Make a note of that word and give it to Susan.
Okay, you go first and then I'll go, or are we doing them together? Or?
Well, you mix it again. You got more thrash metal here. You certainly know how to hit the mood when the song is there. You know what song I'm talking to over here. Appeal to authority.
Yeah.
And I'm always appealing to authority about making the arts a little bit more respected.
Yeah. With Appeal to Authority, I mean, it's kind of like a part 2 to a song we wrote on the last EP, Tinfoil Hat. So in a lot of ways, I mean, this is where my political bent kind of comes up. I'm a contrarian by nature and probably by practice as well. So to me, I have to get my little jabs in there at the government and the experts telling you what's good and what's right. I think people should make their own decisions most of the time, honestly.
Certainly, but it's a good idea to put that out for people to think about it.
Yes.
In a song, because if you don't, they won't get to thinking about it. At least when they hear a song like Appeal to Authority, they get back on their heels and what's Jupiter talking about here?
I hope nobody's thought about that as much as I have, because the lyrics actually took a while to write for that song. I didn't know what I wanted to say, and I don't even know if I broached it correctly, but the song's out. Well, will be out soon, so.
Well, it's out because it doesn't matter. Oftentimes I hear this from songwriters too. When they write, they're not 100% sure what they're writing. It just sounds good. It goes with the music, and later on, great music often changes. The times change, and so the music still applies. And so the Appeal to Authority goes back thousands of years, and I'm sure it'll go forward thousands of years.
I continue to I'm a big proponent of the fact that music is not something that you write actively. I think it just comes to you. It's almost like a gift in a way. Not that I have the gift, but it's almost like a gift when a songwriter gets a song. It's like someone's given it to you, or you pulled it out of the air. It's not something that you could just like formula, you can't print it.
Yeah, you're the medium.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a passive activity.
Crooning. You got an Italian background. Crooners are you kidding me?
Yep.
Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, just for two. And Cruel is a little bit of a crooning tune to me.
Yes.
Tell me about your love of crooning, if there is.
Oh, there's definitely a lot. I'm a huge fan of doo-wop, and it might seem not really adjacent. I'm a big fan of Frank Zappa too.
Yeah.
And you could tell in some of his weirder stuff that there's a ton of doo-wop in that. I love the doo-wop. Love barbershop. Love choral music, vocal harmonies. It's all primo.
Yeah, lots of rhythm.
Tons of rhythm. I mean, I was a drummer first. I've been playing drums since I was 8 years old.
It's all going on in this song, that's for sure, and always guitar fun galore. Always,
Yes.
like you say, you like to put it in there.
Yeah.
It's cruel out there. Let's spin it.
Said goodbye to all my friends. Good to know you'll be replacing them. But all good things must see their end. It's a good thing I never made plans. I don't want the best, I wanted you. Bad decisions, loneliness, alcohol and cigarettes. It's true. You're just let me go. Please just let me go. Made me feel like less than dirt. Smaller than the tear stain on my shirt. You dragged me through the mud again. Manipulation tactic 10 out of 10. I don't want the best, I wanted you. Bad decisions, loneliness, alcohol, cigarettes. It's true. You're just let me go. Please just let me go. I don't want the best, I wanted you.
Couple of songs left to talk about. These are the two that close it. Again, a great song title. It's a joke, it's a laugh, it's a circus.
Yes.
Give
That,
it-
that's a lyric, actually. My sister gave me that. We were having a pretty heated debate. Both my sisters, all three of us were having a big heated debate. And one of them looked at me and she said, it's a joke, it's a laugh, it's a circus. Just outright. I don't think she was even trying to be funny. But I had to stop the argument right there and just say, hold on, I'm going to write that in my phone. I'm keeping that forever. And weirdly enough, it fit this song afterwards. So I'd written the whole song, didn't have a bridge. And then, in the middle of this song, there's a B section that lyric comes into play. And this is my favorite song on the album, honestly.
Well, I'm guessing because it's got to be fun to always throw in a well-placed F-bomb.
Yeah, that too. That too. Never thought about that. But yeah, once you can hit it on the right spot, it's perfect.
And I have to think this is going to play very well live. This is going to be a sing-along. And my personal favorite part of the whole song is the jazz vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to say that I am not a jazz guy, but I listen to jazz, but I'm not a jazz player by any means. I'll definitely take influences from it, though, for sure. I'll steal whatever I can.
Yeah.
If it's not bolted down, I'll take it.
Because, most people may not consider this, but when you do a little bit of homework, jazz
It's everywhere.
have the probably the biggest FU attitude going.
100%. That's what I love about jazz. And again, going back to Frank Zappa, that Hot Rats album is like a jazz freak-out explosion. It's one of my favorite albums of all time.
Well, there you go. That's why it's a joke. It's a laugh. It's a circus. It's full of F-bombs. And the other thing about that, too, is just the behind-the-scenes intro.
Yeah, there's actually, that was me, Jacob, and Shane, the bass player and guitar player in our band. And I was getting them to sing that sing-along part at the end. So you can hear us kind of talking about what parts we're going to do. And then actually right before that B section comes in, you do hear Jacob say, I think we can get this in one take. It's pretty quiet, but it is in there. I like to leave that stuff in. I'm like what I call an anti-perfectionist. There's tons of mistakes all over the album if you listen really closely. Drums are out of time a lot of times. Guitars are wacky. There's keyboards that play out of time. It's all for fun. It doesn't need to be perfect.
Well, every time you play live, right, it's a new take.
Yep. You're playing the show, not the record. I already did my part. You guys do that.
No, I meant like him. Like, are we doing separate?
I want
you want the whole thing, eh?
Together. No, not the whole thing. Just the very last part that I had to quote.
Yeah.
He don't know what it takes to be your loving man. I bet he'd pay the price any way that he can. He said, show me what it takes to be your only fan. Everything you do, I'd watch it through your lens. I couldn't sleep knowing about all these freaks sliding in your DMs while you're laying next to me. You gotta tell yourself she's not interested. She's not interested. Is she minding her business or enticing me? I couldn't sleep knowing about all these freaks sliding in your DMs while you're laying next to me. No. You gotta tell yourself she's not interested. She said no, do you think she wants you? If all the messages on your phone didn't make it clear, no. It's a joke, it's a laugh, it's a circus. What the fuck was the purpose? It's a joke, it's a laugh, it's a circus. All the time she said no, do you think she wants you? If all the messages on your phone didn't make it clear, no. It's a joke, it's a laugh, it's a circus. What the fuck is the purpose? It's a joke, it's a laugh, it's a circus. No.
The album closes with White Sun,
Yes.
a little bit of a heavier track.
Yes. That's the oldest song written for this entire thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think it might have been about 2018. Me and Shane, the guitar player, wrote that. We were in this this house his grandparents owned, and we were just a late night. Excuse me. Late night, we'd been kind of just goofing around, playing music, and both had a couple guitars. And yeah, we wrote that song. No lyrics or anything, but we wrote it in probably about an hour, got it all tracked, and then forgot about it for a bunch of years. And then I finally wrote some lyrics, and here it's resurfaced and reared its ugly head.
I highly recommend to all the listeners to put the headphones on because you give it the big Pink Floyd treatment, man.
Thank you.
It's swirling around in there.
Yeah, it's a huge song. I thought that was a good way to end the album.
Yeah, that great fade to black crowd. Sopranos are going to love it.
Yes.
White sun hurts my eye. It doesn't feel the same. She tried to cut her ties. White sun, least I tried. I'll never feel the pain if I could just keep running. You know I used to be poetry in motion till you left. I used to see the sun and go home to a time when I felt better. No more.
Now press repeat.
All right, I got to thank you for coming in and giving us a little bit of fun on the backstory of these tracks. What's next?
What's next? The album comes out. I mean, I'm sure by the time you guys listen to this, it could or could not be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Once the album's out, then we'll be playing a bunch of shows wherever we can fit it in. Might try and tour a little bit in the next year. We're taking it easy.
And when you say we, who are the band? The live band?
The live band, it's me on vocals and guitar, Shane Storzik on lead guitar, Jacob Quarrel on the bass and singing, and then we got Ben Nixon on the drums and singing as well.
Ben Nixon?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the music scene, Ben Nixon.
He's the best.
Oh, good to hear. Across the tracks, Anthony Marcello. Isn't it supposed to be fun? This was fun. Thanks for coming in. Good luck on the record, man.
Thank you. I had a great time.
All right. Cool.
Hey guys, this is Anthony Marcello from the band Jupiter Marvelous. Our debut record, Isn't This Supposed to Be Fun, is out now. Go give it a listen. It's out for free everywhere you listen to music and here on Borderline Radio.
We've gone across the tracks. This has been a Borderline Entertainment production.